Good afternoon, folks. Want to welcome you guys to the WCFL Dolphins Talk. My name is Dolphin Winters. I'm stepping in today. Hopefully, Papa Paul is doing well. He can join us a little later. Um, Definitely, ladies and gentlemen, I do not have any controls to anything, so you guys are going to have to bear with me. Uh, with that being said, I want to welcome you guys to the show. Uh, Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a slow, you know, time here in the Dolphins Nation, and basically, the question's always going to be, when is the Tua deal going to get done? Is Tyreek going to get his extension? We're going to have to see what's going to happen with all of that, and then some. You got to see what's going to happen with our new additions during the week and the day. So we have to see what's going to go on with that. But and listen, I'm just sitting here chilling on a hot and hazy Philadelphia Monday afternoon, and wherever you guys at, I hope you guys stay cool and hydrated. So, but let me see if I can do something, y'all. I'm not sure. Let me see. I know. So hopefully we are on all platforms. If we are not, I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen, because like I said, this is definitely impromptu. So, but anybody wants to join me, which probably nobody can. Okay, let's see. Oh, look who decided to show up. Hey, how you doing, sir?
Thank you for starting the show, my brother.
And I'm looking at the time. I'm like, okay. I said I didn't get no link, no nothing. I said let me just go ahead and start the show
Oh,
off.
I've been running all day. I apologize to you and everybody else. I appreciate this is why I love you because
Hey man, listen. I was looking at 5 o'clock, and I'm like, well, I'm not doing anything, so why can't I just go on? I just wasn't able to sit there and send any links or anything out. So
no, and I'll do that right now. It's I've been running all day, and it took longer than I thought because there was parts of it where I was going was in a major downpour,
I believe it.
so I was being extremely careful. Mr. Polk, how you doing, Mr. Polk out there? Let me get this link out there. Get you on board here, Mr. Polk. We know we missed you the past few days, and got
Yeah,
to get
man.
you in here.
So yeah, it's still hot as the Dickens up here. It feels like
Well,
100 degrees. It feels like about 103.
and then you've seen Blake Ferguson, our long snappers, got married.
Yes, congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. Blake Ferguson. Yes, congratulations to him.
Yeah,
Definitely.
uh, I have to. Maybe I'll have to bring him something nice for his wedding.
I didn't hear that last part. What'd you say?
I was saying maybe I'll have to bring him something nice for his wedding. You know, for his wedding
Absolutely.
gift.
Absolutely.
Since I mean, he does know who I am, and you know, we kid each other about being long lost cousins, even though it's highly possible that there's no relationship whatsoever because I don't know if it was my dad's dad or my dad's grandfather actually
Definitely.
actually here's Mr. Polk.
There he
Actually,
is. What's up, Mr. Paul?
I was saying my dad's dad or my dad's grandfather actually changed the last name to Ferguson, and it could have been my dad's great grandfather for all I know, because back in the day they were Polish, and back in the
Right.
day they did not allow Polish people to become police officers, and one
Right.
of them wanted to be a police officer, so they
Yeah.
changed the name to Ferguson,
Right.
which was Scottish, or also in the Irish community as well. But so there's a chance, a slim chance that we could be related down the road, but who knows?
Wouldn't be surprised.
How you doing, Mr. Polk?
I'm doing. Can y'all hear me?
Yes,
Yes, we
sir.
can.
Loud and clear.
Okay. How you doing, Papa Paul Dolphin Winners?
Mr. Polk, I'm actually doing better and better every day. The past week's been major improvements for me, and I am just a happy camper.
That's good to hear. That's very good to hear. But
I did.
let's No, go
Yes,
ahead.
sir. No, go ahead. You started.
No, I said, let's keep our prayers for everybody that's in the path of burial, even though
Yes.
it's already made landfall. It's
Well,
spinning up a lot of tornadoes right now, so let's keep prayers for everybody that's in the path of this weather system now.
thanks, Brother Jack. Yes, we do need to send prayers out. I know my sister-in-law and her brother, when we talked to them earlier, they were right in the eye at the time, and they've been lucky so far. All they had was lost electricity. But one of my wife's friends that she actually went to school with, their camper got totaled. Two or all three of the cars got windshields busted, and that's all they could tell at the point, So,
Yeah.
it's not a pretty sight out there. It actually went a lot farther into Texas than they originally thought. So yeah, we do need to pray for our friends and family all out through Texas there.
Yeah. Yeah. We're pretty much in, because even though the system is now downgraded, it's still causing tornadoes, up in Arkansas, and it still has a pathway going over the higher valley. So yeah. But other than that, everybody's good.
No, we're good. Go ahead, Mr. Paul.
Oh, okay. No, I'm through. I'm through talking.
Okay.
No, Papa Paul, you on mute.
You're on mute.
I got to see about getting my training camp tickets. I haven't seen anything come up yet. And then I was running around, and so I don't know. I hope I don't miss out on any, because sometimes those things go really fast.
Right.
Yep. And then as far as tours, the situation with tour goes, like I said, with me, it just gotta wait and see what the offer's gonna do. Because I'm
Yeah.
not gonna sit here and say, you know, um, I'm in favor of this or I'm in favor of that. Because the officer's gonna do what they want to do anyway. So my thing is just wait and see.
Look, Saul, John's got another one.
All right.
Wait and see. Mr.
Wait and
Polk's
see. That's
Mr. Polk's on the John O'Hanlon bandwagon. Wait and see.
gotta get it. We gotta get a shirt made and surprise him. Where it
Yes.
says just wait and see.
Hmm.
Yep. I have not seen where I could even get, because I keep looking at everything, and they were over in the small pool. That's why the puppies are all wet. I keep looking at everything, and I haven't seen anything. I sent a text to my rep, and I just got your text. Yo, Paul, are we having the show tonight?
Yeah, because I'm looking at it like it's 4:55. I'm like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick, and I'm sitting there and I'm looking. I'm like, I guess I'm gonna be starting the show, and that's why I just went on. So,
Well, I appreciate you, brother. Let me go ahead and pull up my email, see what we got in the news. There's been there was an article. Jesus, what the hell all this email come from?
that's what happens.
One of the articles I like, which pops up now and then. This one here is number 60 and the three Dolphins who wore it best. Anybody have any idea?
The three Dolphins that did what?
Wore number 60 best.
Number 60.
Shit.
That's a good question. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a good question.
Because
I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit and act like I no, I'm not.
no, I don't know.
A lot of these names are because of back in the day, the way the numbers had to be and everything.
Right.
Most of these are guards and tackles and stuff, defensive tackle, and they're old. This is a lot of old school names, and there's a lot of names that wore number 60, and I don't know if I even recognize any of them. Let's go back to 1970. Center Carl Malk. I think he was only there for the 1 year. At 72 was Al Jenkins. 74 was Tom Wickert. 76, Don Reese. 78, Melvin Mitchell. Guard tackle Jeff Toews, or 2 O's, Toews. Actually wore it from 79 to 85. Linebacker Duke Shamel, 87. Guard Burt Widener, 90 to 95. Center guard John Bach from 96 to 2000.
Right.
Tackle Spencer Fallu, 2001. Tackle Greg Germain, 2002 to 04. Defensive tackle Steve Fafita, 2007. Defensive tackle Matt McChesney, 2008. Center Al Johnson, 2008. Guard Craig Urbick, 2016. And right center Jonathan Harrison in 2023. Now, see what they have as a breakdown. Where's the top three? They're saying is guard Burt Widener, guard tackle Jeff Toews, and center John Bach. Let me see. Yeah, I'm like,
I don't remember none of them. Wow.
Mr. Park, I'm with you. I'm with you, Mr. Park. I'm not gonna BS anybody. I'm like, when he said the number 60, I'm like, all right.
Yeah, Burt Widener, of course, was the guard from 1990 to 95.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Toews, or 2 O's, he was just in he was 97 to 85. So you expect those two to be the top three, of course, because they were there for so long. And then
Right.
center John Bach. What year did he play? He was in 96 to 2000. So those three who played more than 1 year, they played 4 and 5 years, even 6 years on the one.
Right.
Yeah, but none of those names I read off out of the whole list sound familiar.
Yeah,
Right.
I think it's because of
The position.
the position and the number itself. Because if you would say 62, the first thing coming to my mind is Jim Langer.
Yeah, Jim Langer at 62. They have a list of the top numbers from 99 all the way down to 60 who wore the best, the single person.
Yeah,
like
66, Larry Little.
Yeah, Larry Little at 66. Bob Kuchenberg at 67.
Yeah,
that's the number I wear because I love Kuchenberg.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the number I wear. Robert Hunt at 68.
Right.
And see, that's the only one I know that wore 68.
Yeah. Of course, Richmond Webb at 78. Manny Fernandez at 75.
Moore at 79.
Bob Baumhauer at 73. 79 was John Giesler.
Yeah, and then I think somebody last name was Moore also wore that number too. I'm not too sure.
Well, they had John Giesler as the number one is on their list here, but
right.
86?
Yeah, that let me see. Tony Martin. No, not Tony Martin.
He's one we all know.
Yeah, Tony Martin, yeah.
No, it's not Tony Martin.
86,
as far as number one, Tony Martin might have been in the top three, but as number one, it's actually a Rondé Gatson.
Yeah. I remember him definitely.
And I know, Mr. Polk, you know who wore number 89.
Yeah, a Nat Moore.
Yep.
I think we had a Briscoe that did we have a Briscoe that wore 86 also? I'm not too sure. I'm just guessing.
Well, yeah, I don't know. It could have been. But yeah, there's a lot of names here I see that I recognize on some of these other numbers and stuff. But yeah, those numbers for number 60, I didn't recognize any of those names. But I like that question because I like to learn a little bit who they see as seeing the best, and if we think they're in that category or not. But 60, yeah, and I'd have to agree with who they picked because it was only 3 players that played more than 2 years.
Yeah, I'm like Winters. I got to admit,
I'm gonna say you guys.
None of them.
Yeah, it was none of them. Let's see. Article here. David Long, Dolphins defense reloaded in the offseason. The offseason, the Dolphins released X-Man, Ogba, and Jerome Baker. They lost Christian Wilkins and Raekwon Davis in free agency. They parted ways with defensive coordinator Vic Fangio. The Dolphins, though, still have Jalen Ramsey, Javon Holland, David Long Jr., Jalen Phillips, Bradley Chubb, and Zach Sealer. And they ended Calais Campbell. See, I said it the way you said it, Saul. Calais Campbell, Jordan Brooks, Anthony Walker Jr., Jordan Poyer, new coordinator Anthony Weaver, and still new coordinator Anthony Weaver still has plenty of talent.
Okay.
We got a lot of dogs coming in. Some dogs already there. Long Jr. told Aaron Wilson of KPRC, "We're just reloading. I think the most important thing when it comes to new players and new coaches is the chemistry that comes with time. We built something. The next step is to go to training camp and build from that." And how many times have we said it's going to depend on the chemistry on who stays and who gets cut?
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, that's going to be the excitement of training camp alone. Is I really believe that it's going to be some people that's not going to be on this team. And I think it's going to be some surprises that people are going to be like, I wonder why they did that. I believe that. I really do.
Well, I believe it because I see the majority of these free agency signings and even the rookies as well as the UDFAs are all fighting for their life in a way.
Yeah.
Right.
And all these people that, yeah, we have some of these players that are signed right now, but we have so many of these people that we did a 1-year contract. They want to ball out so they can get a bigger contract next year.
Yeah.
They want to get that big contract next year, no matter what position they're in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I see it. Defense, and we did a lot of signing for defense, and there's going to be a lot of battles.
Yes, it is.
So like we said, and like Stahl just said, yeah, there's going to be a lot of heads turning when they see this one, that one, or another one cut on August 27th.
Yeah. Yeah.
Raphael,
Well, actually, the cuts don't just start on August 27th. They start before that.
They start before that. The final cut is August 27th.
The final cut is August 27th.
Yes, but they could still have up to 90 people on their roster up until August 27th. August
Correct.
27th, I think by 4 p.m., it's got to be down to the 53-man roster.
Got you.
Raphael, Tom Marino, Joe Risk, Jack Siegel, thank you for joining us, brothers. We appreciate each and every one of y'all. That's Long, who signed a 2-year, $11 million deal with the Dolphins before last season, ended 2023 with a career-high 113 tackles after a slow start. Now he and the returning Dolphins defenders, again, are starting anew. Same thing as last year, new system, new coaches, Long said. It was kind of difficult to get in a rhythm, especially earlier in the year when I wasn't playing as much. Now I'm in a place where I'm comfortable. I'm back to where I'm supposed to be. Right now, everything is what it's supposed to be, whether it's the chemistry, the health, which is very important to me, and my mental, that's all good. And I like to hear that from him because he's been around and he's got talent.
Yeah. Yeah. One interesting player I want to see when the season starts is Cam Smith. He's going to
Yeah,
be
there's been
yeah,
a lot of Mr. Polk, I agree with you. There's been a lot of talk about him that he's been putting in a lot of, I guess, good effort towards really wanting to do what he's got to do to not only make the team but be part of a good part of the team.
right. And at the same time, he can also be a casualty, just like I think you were saying that Dolphin winner. There may be some players that we may be surprised.
Right.
Yeah. So
Oh
I'm
yeah,
pulling for him, but he can be a casualty if he doesn't
yeah.
play.
Well, any number of those, well, just about any number of those 90 team players we have right now can be a casualty.
Mhm.
Not all of them, but just about any of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would almost say out of 90 players, probably about 80% could be a casualty.
Mhm.
I mean, you don't know until we got to wait and see.
Yep, that's that key word. That's that word again.
Yeah. Well, I'll definitely get that done, Saul.
We definitely should. We definitely should. I mean that.
I will. I'll get it done. It's not a problem. I can have it done in time for the Buffalo game. No problem.
That would be great. That'll be a surprise.
Yeah. Let's see what else I can find here. Let's see what Fansided Daily has to say. Miami Dolphins wide receiver room power rankings. Easy at the top, not at the bottom. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. Of course, we know those two. Odell Beckham Jr., Braxton Berrios, they have at number 4 right now. Number 5, River Craycraft. Easy E at number 6. Braylon Sanders at number 7. And Malik Washington at number 8. And then Anthony Schwartz at number 9. And Taj Washington at number 10. And number 11, Jaquan Burton. And that's all of them. I didn't know we had that many wide receivers in there right now.
Yeah, man, and they're all speedsters, and they all can get after the ball. So I mean, like I said, right now, hypothetically, our 3 right now starting the season is Tyreek, OBJ, Waddle. That's automatic on the field. Who's going to be that number 4? Who's going to be the guy? Who's going to be those guys that's going to be on the sideline? Because how many wide receivers do you have on your roster? 4 or 5?
5, sometimes 6. It depends. It all depends on the system, how the coach wants to go. Usually, it's 4 minimum.
Because you can have a guy that can account for kick returner and wide receiver. He can be like the 5th receiver or something like that.
Like
or
Berrios has done the past couple years.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm going to stick to my guns. I have a feeling one of the Washingtons is going to make this team.
Same here.
I don't doubt the Washington. There's a possibility. It would not surprise me in a way to see Berrios traded. Only for the fact of we have so much speed with our other wide receivers, our running backs, and everything else.
Mhm.
And someone else might be looking for a kickoff returner or a special teams guy like Berrios.
Mhm.
Right.
I mean, if we can trade him and not lose out on anything really and get an extra pick out of it, why not? That's my opinion.
Right.
Yes, Joe Riss was saying Barrios and Wilson. Wilson, I see almost guarantee will probably be
Yeah,
traded
I do too. I do too, and it's
because there's
sad.
a
It's business.
yeah, it's sad, it's business, but like we said before, there's a lot of teams looking for good running backs.
Yeah,
He's a good running back. He's not a great running back, but he's a good running back.
yeah.
Right.
Because I can, as far as running back goes, I can see Mustard, A Chain, Wright, and Brooks.
What if Marino was saying they probably keep 6, maybe 7. If they keep 6 or 7, I don't see Craycraft going anywhere because he knows the schemes.
Oh, Paul, let's shout out our birthday boy. He's still celebrating his birthday. Shout out to Tom O'Gara. That's exactly who that
Oh,
is.
is that Tom?
That's Tom.
Okay, Tom. Well, I gotta get with you in a little bit, Tom. Birthday boy, Tom. Great guy.
Happy birthday, Tom.
Yeah, especially Tom saying Brax is the only one they would be comfortable being special teams, especially with the new rules. Not worth risking a headhunter on Reek. Yeah, well, I wasn't considering Reek being a kickoff returner or punt returner or anything like that. No, I was actually looking at Jalen, the new Jalen running back.
I'm not too happy with that. I rather use one of the Washingtons.
No, well, I understand that, Mr. Pope, but Jalen, our new running back, has got the speed galore. Pedro, what's up, my brother Pedro? The link is out there. Well, it's not on Facebook. I can drop it on Facebook, no problem. If y'all want to join in. But
Yeah, we got about 33 minutes left.
So the reason why I say that because really, I mean, I can understand his size and speed, but if we're keeping 3 running backs and a fullback, I would rather use the wide receiver room because we have more wide receivers than we have running backs, and I think one of the Washingtons will make a good kick and punt returner. I'd rather see them than put Jalen Wright out there.
Okay, I got the link in Facebook as well now. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but it's not up to us. You know, it's one of those wait and sees. Keep our mojo going. Well, you keep your mojo going, Tom. You're one of the nicest guys I ever met and ever will meet. I do know that much.
Yeah.
Ethan
and John O'Hanlon. Yep.
What's up, Shake? Shake's out there in the chat. Yeah, there's no telling what's going to happen with who gets traded because you know they're going to do some trading, especially with
Absolutely.
Jeff Wilson.
Yeah, I mean, I see it. I think a lot of people see it. I mean, it's just like you just said, it's business. I mean, you know, you don't ever want to see any player go, but you can't keep everybody. You can't keep everybody. So,
well, okay. Tom's saying we have to see how many backs too. If they keep 4, it's Mostert, Achane, Wright, and Wilson Jr. Will they keep Wilson Jr. over the rookie? They
Wright is the rookie. Wright is the rookie. So,
okay. Well, then is Wilson Jr. What about Ingold? Is that part of the backs you're talking about? And what about Brooks?
Yeah, I'm about to say Brooks.
Chris Brooks. Derek Brooks was Tampa Bay.
No, my bad. I was definitely in a whole nother, yeah.
You were in a whole nother time warp.
Whole nother conference.
Have another puff there, brother.
Oh, I'm sure enough film, trust me.
Yeah. If they keep 4, then I think Brooks would be number 4, and then you also have the fullback Engel.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. Yeah, I think because I think we need Brooks for that short yardage.
Exactly.
And Saul brought up a good deal yesterday. Remember the tush push you were talking about, Saul? Explain that to Mr. Polk, how you were putting it.
I don't think it wasn't really me. It was John. John really explained it a lot better. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. John was saying take two out, use like Ingold and Chris Brooks, and then even Jordan Smythe as a tight end teach one of either Brooks or Ingold to get the ball, receive it under the center, practice that, and have the other two guys get behind him, pushing him.
Oh, yes. But see,
when we're 3rd and 1, we're 3rd and short. Why not? Why? And you don't have to worry about Tua getting hurt or anything.
Right. And this is what I said before with Brooks when we brought him in. Use him on third and short, and also use him in the red zone. Wait a minute, hold on, y'all. I got a phone call. I'll be right back.
Okay, we'll be
All
here.
right, no problem.
Yeah, I there's any number of things that can go on like that. Yes, it was John who said that. I forgot. John came in a little late yesterday morning. Right. It was a good show. We had a good show yesterday morning. I know Tom was still probably passed out from the night before. He deserves it. He's a hardworking young man in that court system.
Of course.
And we appreciate the work he does because, I appreciate the work you do, Saul, really. Dealing with what you got to deal with day in and day out, it wears on you.
Listen, you got to do what you got to do, man. I mean, listen, A, I make the best of it. B, look, we gotta pay bills. So, I mean, shoot, that's just what it is. It's just right now, I'm ready for it to cool down a little bit. It looked like it wants to storm, but it's been looking like that off and on all day. So,
well, we've had the storms literally all around our house, but not on our house. But it has cooled it down here some.
That's good.
I mean, we're down to almost 80 right around here right now, so it's nice.
Yeah, that's nice. At least it's tolerable.
The feel like still about 90, but it's still not 92, 93 with a feel like of 101. Or actually, yesterday we were at 108 to 111.
Well, I went and ran some errands real quick, and I literally felt like I ran a marathon, and I literally just went like 3 blocks, if that. And it was brutal, and this was at about 11 o'clock this morning. So yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of over it, and I know we still got this whole month and the month of August, and our September is gonna be brutal also here. It doesn't start cooling. It really doesn't start getting cool over here in Philly until about October, November-ish. So,
and Miami never gets cool.
Yeah, not at all.
Tyreek Hill isn't making a common mistake when it comes to search for a new deal. That's a plus to hear. Tyreek Hill took the NFL by storm when he chased the contract and was traded to the Dolphins. Hill is in year 2 of a 4-year, $120 million deal and has a chance for a potential out after his upcoming season. He is set to earn just over $31 million this upcoming season. Hill has the 6th largest guaranteed contract of all wide receivers in the league, 2 spots behind his teammate Jalen Waddle. He has stated he wants to win and help improve the roster from all angles. Hill looks to lead by example when it comes to chasing a Super Bowl. The Dolphins have to win off the field. The future of the Dolphins depends on the ability to pay their players at a reasonable price. Their offseason has seen huge boom in contract values in the quarterback and wide receiver market. Quarterbacks are now likely to receive an annual contract of $50 million plus. Top wide receivers are set to break around $35 to $40 million per year.
Right.
Teams that have given high-value contracts to receivers either feature rookie quarterbacks or will suffer dips in production at other positions. Miami has two of the best receivers in the league who are being paid at a high price. These two contracts have not deterred the Dolphins from going into free agency to acquire more key talent. Hill knows that to win, they must be able to find the best value at every position group possible. He has seen this personally with the Kansas City Chiefs. He was responsible for helping Kansas City win their first Super Bowl in the Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes era. The biggest question on this team isn't the lack of talent at certain position groups, but rather contract evaluations. One question that Dolphins will have to answer sooner rather than later is the contract of their quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa. The Dolphins have to make sure they aren't. There's the great John O'Hanlon.
What's up,
The Dolphins have to make sure.
Hey,
How you feeling, brother?
Staying comfortable up there?
Yeah, it's humid.
The Dolphins have to make sure they aren't overpaying their star quarterback, as they will miss out on talent elsewhere as a result. Tyreek Hill has to be the leader of the Dolphins. Miami had an opportunity to make a statement as one of the best teams in the league last year. One of their biggest problems was their inability to defeat teams with winning records. Miami was 1-5 against teams with winning records. That one came on Christmas Eve over the Dallas Cowboys. It was clear that Miami was overmatched at times in games versus Kansas City and Baltimore. There were, however, plenty of opportunities where they could have been in those games. Most of the time, there were questionable coaching decisions from head coach Mike McDaniel. The defense mentality was lacking thanks to defensive coordinator Vic Fangio. Dolphins players and fans weren't shocked or disappointed when Fangio left. Going into the season, the Dolphins have an even better chance of making a Super Bowl run. Hill has the right mentality and the experience of playing for a Super Bowl winning team to know what it takes. McDaniel and most of the young players don't have the experience in the NFL. They will have to follow the example of Hill on the field. That's the end of that.
Okay, sorry about that, y'all. I'm having also internet interruptions down here.
Oh,
It's all
it's all
good.
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 So, I mean, yeah, we've known that Tyreek wants to win a Super Bowl and he doesn't want to retire yet. Of course, like we said yesterday, I don't think he can afford to retire yet with all those young children running around.
Yeah.
Plus a new one on the way.
And God only knows what he's paying in child support.
Well, that's why I say he needs another contract. But he will be one that will, if he does, he knows what it takes, and that he will make it team friendly.
Mhm.
He will get his money, but he'll make it team friendly. That's not going to hit the salary cap all at once and stuff.
I'm all right with that.
Should be
Yeah.
interesting to see how it plays out, basically. I mean, that's just what it really comes down to. You know, I would like to see Tyreek resign here at Miami, but, you know, like we said, this is business. You know, it's got to make sense to the organization as well. So, like Mr. John O'Hanlon says, we just got to wait and see.
Oh, by the way, John,
Yeah.
I was going to say, hey, by the way, John, Mr. Polk's on the train.
Yeah, he said it before anybody.
He said it first thing when he came on. We just got to wait and see.
Yep.
Well, basically, you know, I'm gonna be straight. After the season was over with, you know, and looking back at the last two seasons, you know, my mindset was, you know what, I'm not gonna. If anybody asks me for any prediction, I'm not gonna make no prediction because I want to see what's going to happen with the changes that we made and where we need to go. So my thing about the season coming up is I'm going to be more on the fence and say, okay, well, let's wait and see. But John came up with that phrase, and I loved it, and so that's why I say, you know what, I like that. Wait and see.
Yeah, and I'm not even going to make a prediction myself until after the last preseason game, because I want to see these preseason games, especially how things are going to go with the kickoff and everything.
Hmm.
Mhm.
I want to see what's going to happen
Jeffrey
with
Lund.
defensive coach Anthony Weaver, because we got to see because it sometimes it takes a little time for him
Well,
to get the players into his scheme as far as
well,
Well,
just like it did last year with Fangio.
and common sense, ladies and gentlemen, who's ever watching this, they're going to play a based offense and a based defense. They might show you maybe one or two things, and that is it. They are not going to show you anything in preseason. So I don't like when people sit there and judge preseason, like, oh my God, they're going to be a beast. I've seen teams go 3-0 in preseason and go 0-5 in the regular season. I've seen teams go 0-3 in preseason and just run the table straight, like just be on a tear. So you can't take
Well,
much from preseason at all.
it's the
exactly.
same thing. I think it was the 72 Dolphins back then. They had 6 preseason games, and I think they were actually 3-3 or 2-4. I don't remember that, but in preseason. So, yeah, you don't know what's going to happen. But, yeah, the defense, you're not going to see squat with the defense, but you're going to be able to tell some things. They're using the simple plays for the defense in preseason to figure out who's got it down, who's going to make the team.
But it goes back to what John's famous words:
Wait and
wait
see.
and see.
Mhm. That's
Who
fact.
was-
I've been a Dolphins fan my whole life, and every season, that's what I've always said. You know,
Well,
I'm not one of
John,
those.
I was going to say,
I
go
can't be
ahead.
one of
Go
those
ahead.
fans that's, oh, we're going to the Super Bowl, we're going to the Super Bowl, we're going to the Super Bowl. No, sometimes you look at a roster and realize you ain't that good. You ain't going
Yeah,
nowhere.
exactly. Right.
Well, John, you're people are going to start coming up to you. You're the wait and see guy. You're the wait and see guy.
Yeah.
What's up, Ryan? How you doing? I'm actually meeting Ryan this coming Saturday with his new puppy.
Hey,
cool.
congratulations, Ryan.
And
Yeah.
believe it or not, my puppies, their mom and dad, their ears were not standing up until they were 4 months old or older. The puppy he's getting, his ears are already standing up
Wow.
and not even 8 weeks old yet. So
All right.
he's getting a good one.
Mhm.
They're going to be saying coming. You're the wait and see guy, John. Aren't you the wait and see guy?
Mhm.
John's going to say, no, my name's John O'Hanlon.
Hey, listen, they call me wait and see. There's worse things in this world to be called.
Oh,
You
yeah.
ain't
You never lied about that. Oh.
No, but
Dolphins.
that really is a true phrase. Wait and see. I mean, after the
Well,
last 2 seasons, yeah, you just got to wait and see what's going to happen.
and you know what? It's not just about football. It's about everything in life.
Yeah.
Think about it. It's truly about everything in life.
Right. That's just the way I am. I don't look at things and like everybody's like, you excited to go to Florida? Yeah, I'm excited, but it's not time. So now it's just I book all my flights, I get everything ready, wait and see what
And
happens.
and you got to, and it depends on when you get there. Is it 40 degrees and pouring down rain, or is it 99 degrees, sun beating down on you, and there's no wind blowing at all?
Mhm.
Ugh.
And listen, the season starts in September. That's still hurricane season.
Yeah, man.
Here there's every chance I could get canceled and not be able to get down there because of a hurricane.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Dolphins 2024 quarterback
But I can't
rankings are
control
not
that, so I
easy
just
as
have to
one
see.
would think. They, of course, the Gavin Hardison undrafted rookie. Gavin Hardison has a long way to go to catch Skylar Thompson, but a good showing in training camp this year could give Mike McDaniel a reason to change his thoughts on the roster. His best chances are to earn a practice squad spot, which I don't see a problem with that. Skyler's entering his third year. Thompson has limited experience in the NFL, but at least he has some, and he has a playoff game under his belt. The narrative could look a lot different if he had beaten the Bills in Orchard Park. Thompson is fighting for the 53-man roster, and the margin between him and Mike White is not all that wide. This should be a good opportunity to fight and move up on the depth chart. Mike White's entering his fourth season. White cut his teeth in the NFL while in New York with the Jets, and he has 7 starts in 14 games and his 9 touchdowns to 13 interceptions. For now, he remains the top choice behind Tua Tagovailoa, but the separation between him and Thompson is marginal at best. I will agree 100% with that. If he can't clearly beat Thompson, he may not be on the roster come September. Then, of course, Tua entering the 5th season, QB1 on the roster, and it isn't remotely close. The only thing keeping Tagovailoa from being recognized as an elite quarterback is a second full season on the field with the same numbers as last year and a playoff win. Well, yes, I want a playoff win. I'm not saying I don't want a playoff win, but if for some reason he has the same numbers as last year and not a playoff win, I'm going to look at what games were won, what games were lost. And with the same numbers, I could still see him being considered in the lower class of an elite quarterback. But it's like I said, it's going to depend on the games won to the games who he actually lost to and stuff. You know, we always know there's that one game that we always lose to the team that no one should have lost to. Every team does it. So, I mean, I'll be the first one to admit I was not a huge Tua fan, but I supported him because he's my QB1. He's my Miami Dolphins quarterback. But every year he made me more proud of him and more supportive of him because of the work he does in the off season. He does everything he can and everything he needs to improve himself on the field and in the game.
Okay, well, with me, I followed Tua when he was at Alabama, and watching the season at Alabama, I was hoping that in the draft that we would get him and what have you. And as long as he's wearing the Miami Dolphin jersey, he has my full support. And I agree with you, Papa Paul. I really like his off-season work. In fact, this off-season he got started right away when he got a quarterback coach, I guess.
Yeah, a new quarterback coach.
He's also been working out, getting his weight down and everything. So, I'm happy with that. I support that. And again, let's wait and see.
You know how they real quick. You know how they had Malik Washington down on the list of like 9th or 11th. One of those two. One of the Washingtons was 9th. One was 11th on the list I read earlier.
Correct.
And I'm just looking at the title of an article that rookie wide receiver Malik Washington could be Dolphins' X factor in one department.
Special teams returner.
That's what I was thinking, John.
I'm just looking to see what it says. See where, yeah. Oh, yeah. I agree with you. I just want to see what it says here. I can. No, they're still saying that, as a receiver and stuff. But they're saying, let me see, go back, see if they say anything else.
In fact, while you're doing that, I have to go back and look at film on both of the Washingtons because I don't know. All I know about both of them is that they're speedsters and what have you. So I got to go back and look at the film on both of them because I don't know. That's all I know about them. And
It's just
no, go ahead.
no. Go ahead. Because all I see really is it's just talking about him and his receiving. I don't see anything saying anything about kickoff returner or anything like that.
Well,
Yeah,
he could make the team as a receiver. I mean, because we talked about this last week. Waddle's got
Yeah.
a big contract now. We need a receiver that's not making a ton of money, to balance the numbers out in the wide receiver room.
Well, no, I know with his speed and everything. It was funny because Malik, I think, is not the one that Coach McDaniel wanted. It was the other Washington that Coach McDaniel wanted. Yeah.
Mhm.
And Greer got it mixed up, but Coach McDaniel was really happy with both of them. So
Right. I mean, that's the story that I heard that I relayed to you guys.
But you know what? Everything happens for a reason. And we shall wait and see.
I think we need to start charging, John. I think we need to start charging for that phrase, brother.
Yeah, right. I need to go get that trademark.
Yeah, I think you should. I'm telling you, $1 every time.
Oh my goodness.
Shit, I'd be broke. He's got me saying it every other word now.
Well, I mean, it's like you said before. That's life. I mean, there's certain things you can control in life and certain things you can't.
You can't.
And the things you can't control is just wait and see what happens.
Absolutely.
You're 100% correct, John. You are, and it is. But yeah. I would be broke if I had to pay you every time I said it. What's up, Taco?
What's up, Taco?
Taco,
We got about 7 minutes left, gentlemen.
I haven't seen any questions or anything pop up in the stuff.
You guys got anything else to say? Wait a minute, we got one. What do you when on above quarterback goes for $55 million, you start running the ball? Well, I mean, listen, DolFans, I'll be honest with you, and I'll answer this quick. We have no control of what Tua or the Miami Dolphins are going to do. If they decide to give him 55 to whatever, they're going to do it. If they decide to give him whatever, they're going to do it. It's really not up to our control. You're going to have people in the fan base wondering why or what or how or whatever, but it is up to the Miami Dolphins, Tua, his agent. We just got to roll with the punches. That's how I look at it.
Okay, here's Adam Stites on the ranking of all 32 teams wide receivers. I'm only going to do the top 5. Who do you think are in the top 5? Anyone?
Cincy. Maybe Baltimore.
Cincy's at number 4.
Yeah, Miami, obviously.
The Miami is actually listed at number 5.
Really?
Yes.
Another talking head that needs to pull his head out of his ass.
Well, they have at number 3, they have Seattle Seahawks. DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, Jackson Smith, Najibah, however you say his last name, Jake Bobo Laviska Chenault Jr.
Right.
Number 2, San Fran. Debo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, Ricky Pearsall, Juan Jennings, and Danny Gray. And who do you think they have at number 1?
The Rams.
Kansas City.
Nope.
Kansas City.
Kansas City's not even in the top 5. It's not Buffalo. No. Number 1 is Houston Texans.
I'm not surprised.
Right.
Stephon Diggs.
No, because Diggs went over there, so.
Yeah, that's right.
Stephon Diggs, Nico Collins, Tank Dell, Noah Brown, and John Mechie III.
Oh, okay. So that's what Tank Dell. That's that guy from Alabama, if I'm not mistaken. Is he from Alabama?
Where did the Rams end up on that list?
Number 10.
Yeah, okay.
And the Jets are ahead of the Bills, and the Jets are ranked at number 12. Kansas City is at 14th. Still don't see the Bills.
Oh, they're gonna be way down. They lost Diggs, and they really don't have a number one receiver.
And that's what, they are. Let's put it this way: Atlanta Falcons are at 24.
Oh, ain't that where Sheffield went to the Bills?
The Bills actually are ranked at number 30 right now. Keon Coleman, Curtis Samuel, Calais Shakir, Marquise Valdez-Scantling, and Mac Hollins.
Oh, okay, that's the Miami Dolphins that went to the Bills. Okay.
Yeah, Mac Hollins went to the Bills, yes.
He went to the Bills.
But they're ranked at number 30 right now. And, of course, this is a talking head, as we said many a times. You know, it's just one person's opinion. And as John said, they need to pull their head out their ass. But I don't know all the players. I know a few of the names here and there that I see and read.
We got about 3 minutes left.
Yep. Anything you want to say, Mr. Polk?
It's been great being up here. We talked about a lot of things within 1 hour, so it's always a pleasure being up here with you guys.
Well, it's always a pleasure having you on the show, Mr. Polk. You're a wonderful man.
All right,
We enjoy having you.
Yep, and that, like I said, I enjoy you guys. So I guess I'll see you all Wednesday, 8:45.
Wednesday night, 8:45. Yes, sir. And we have a special guest still.
Oh,
yes, we do. As I know of, we'll be sending her the link. Our special guest this coming Wednesday will be from DolphinsTalk.com, Miss DolFans72. So it should be a very good show.
I'm going to say this real quick. One of the things I'm enjoying the most about being on the Dolphins YouTube is now we have a lot of ladies, come into panels or what have you. So
Absolutely.
that makes me very happy.
Absolutely.
Shout out to our Miami Dolphins sister. All right,
Absolutely.
so I'll see you guys Wednesday. Look,
See you Wednesday. Peace,
love, and
Yep. Real quick, and let me see if I can find it for you, Raphael, or Steven Taco.
All right. Well, I'm going to sign off.
Yeah.
I'm glad I made the last half hour. I got on a working time to jump in the car and talk to you guys on my ride home.
Appreciate you.
See you on
Appreciate
Wednesday.
you, John.
And peace, love, and fins up.
Peace, love,
Peace,
fins up, brother.
fins up, brother. Baltimore Ravens wide receiver core is ranked at 25. Everyone else, y'all have a wonderful night. Thank you for joining us. Peace, love, and fins up, everybody.
Peace.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.